So, what's up? This is Survivor Speaks, and I had to start this over. I didn't realize there was a movie playing in the background. But today I'm going live today because of Mr. Razaiah Clark. Um, this is the 21-year-old young man who has osteosarcoma in his jawbone. Um, I did a video about Mr. Clark a while ago. He's a 21-year-old junior in college. Went to the doctor for a routine cleaning, and was told to go to the surgeon. They saw something that just didn't look right, and they listened, and then went, and he had was diagnosed with cancer. So on the screen is a picture of him from yesterday prior to going into surgery. They removed um, his jawbone, and part of the tissue on one side of his face. Um, he was out of surgery last night and doing well, but just doing well. So imagine going into surgery. You're 21 years old, and you go in and you are whole, and then come out, and then have most of your face removed basically. Um, and so that was a little scary to him. He cannot speak, so he was looking for his um, cell phone to text his mom. She was in the room with him, so he texted her, but he was groggy from the anesthesia, so he kept falling asleep. But then he was waking up, just in pain and texting his mom. And so she left the hospital because she wanted him to focus more on resting and getting sleep. She's normally with him 24 hours, 7 days a week, but she knew that she had to leave in order for him to sleep, because he would just try to just sit, and text her. So unfortunately, she's not working right now. He does require all of her care. I'm glad that she is there to advocate for him, because he had to be rushed to the emergency room one day. It was about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and the children's hospital where he's being treated is 2.5 hours away from where they live. So he was rushed to the ER in their hometown, and they were going to give him a surgery that he absolutely did not need. And so thank goodness his mother, has been by his side, and she's like, no. And what they started to do was they started to admit him against her will, and she contacted the children's hospital, and the doctors, they know him. He's had 6 rounds of chemo. Um, well, at the time it wasn't six, but you know, he had 6 rounds of chemo, and they, called the hospital and was like, absolutely not, absolutely not. Do not admit him. Do not do any surgery on him. Yeah, we're going to arrange for an ambulance to come and get him and bring him here. He's being treated here. We need to see what's going on. Thank goodness for that. He did not need any surgery. He was suffering from an infection, of course, because of chemotherapy. It kills all of the cells in your body, including the cells that fight illnesses, like, so, which is your white blood cell count. And so basically, individuals or people that are fighting breast cancer, normally this is kind of normal for them. This is kind of normal because of the chemotherapy, you know, clearing out all of the cells, the white cells, killing them off. So your body doesn't have enough white cells to fight infection. And so they give you, one of the drugs I know that they give you is Neulasta, and that in itself is, it's a great drug because you need it during cancer, but there are some big side effects. And it's no joke, and I'm not laughing because I'm just my mind just went back to when, I was fighting, breast cancer, and, I received those shots. So I do know what, you know, it feels like, and how it makes you feel, and how, it makes your bones ache, for days, because the bone marrow is working overtime to produce um, white blood cells more rapidly than your body would produce those white blood cells on their own. So it causes bone pain, among other things. So this is Razaiah Clark's Cash App. $ R Clark 8282. Um, if you have it on your heart to please donate, it could be $1, it could be $5, it can be $10. Please donate to the family. His mother's car broke down. She's not working. Um, she's renting a car because the insurance likes to take their time, and of course, she wants to make sure that her son gets everything that he needs, and make sure that he's on time to the doctors when they tell them that he has to come in for chemo, or when something happens in the middle of the night, she needs to rush him to the emergency room. Sometimes you're not thinking, hey, call 911, because it's not a situation where he just fell or something like that. You just know that something is wrong. You put your children in the car if you love them, and you go on to the emergency room. Look, this is what's going on. He's this, that, and the third, and he's been rushed back and forth to the emergency room. And a lot of times, if she does call the ambulance, she still drives behind the ambulance, because yeah, she has to be able to get around, or if they transport him, get to where he is, so that they'll have transportation home whenever they finish doing what they need to do with him. She also has a younger daughter, so she does have to go home and check on her and get her stuff ready and prepared for the week. The daughter is very understanding of her brother's situation, even though she's much younger than he is. So I'm just asking, as a community that we say that the community that we say we are. He does have a GoFundMe. I did not put that information on the screen because GoFundMe works different, and you actually have to wait for that. She actually just needs a little help so that she can pay for the rental car, so that she can continue to be there for her child. His Cash App is $ R Clark 8282. And this is a call to action. As a community, I believe that we should be doing all that we can do to help this family, and people can spend their money however they like. I get it. But I do what I do, and I do it from my heart. I don't need to tell anyone what I do privately. That is just me. I don't need to broadcast things that I do. That is just me. Whatever God places on my heart, that's what I do. And I don't need to broadcast it all the time, all the time. And I've never really broadcasted, you know, anything about this situation. If I've done anything, that's not what it's about. But I am the voice for him, and this is the one time I just need to speak up and ask the community, please, to, if you can send $5, $10, $20, whatever you can, to his Cash App. That goes directly to his Cash App. I don't get a dime here. I don't see anything. It goes directly to his Cash App. His mom would be able to get excuse me, the funds off the Cash App to help with the balance of the rental car, or to pay for an additional week of for the rental car. So I'm asking, if you can do so, and you have it on your heart to help, please help. Once again, excuse me, His Cash App is $, Clark 8282. And so he's going to be having, just another update, he's going to be having additional chemo now, after this surgery. And then he's going to have another surgery where they will be removing the bone from his leg to reconstruct his jawbone. So they have a pretty long road ahead. And I'm going to do all I can do. I'm just not posting everything that I do because that part is not important. But I did start a merch shop, and he is like the he was the fire that was lit under me to do so. And the majority of the proceeds that merch for my merch shop will be donated to families that are fighting with a loved one or caring with a loved one, advocating with them while they are going through their battle. And so that's where the majority of the proceeds from my merch shop will go. Um, you can click on it. It's a store on YouTube. You can click on that. It'll take you to the merch. And that's just that. But right now, I'm asking, even for, with the merch shop, it's not like, the that money is directly, sent to me either. So, for what the need is now, if you have any donations, you can send them to $, 8282. It will be greatly appreciated. And if you're out there and you're listening and you hear this video, just know that it could be you at some point, and somebody may need to help you. And so that's all I have for today. We're sending out love and prayers to Mr. Razaiah Clark. If you happen to come across this video, drop some yellow ribbons in the chat. That is the ribbon for osteosarcoma. If you see now, I wear the home of the pink ribbon and bows over here. If you notice, I've been using a heart with a yellow ribbon around it. That is for Razaiah Clark. And so I just found the way to implement. Good morning, Mel. Can you hear me? Thank you, Mel, for stepping in. My Melanie Jones is here. Not going to be here too much longer, Mel, but I am. If you can just share this out. This is, a call to action. I'm just asking if anybody has $5, $10 to please send it to $ or Clark 8282. Just to give you the backstory, Mel, about he had surgery yesterday. And this is a picture of him he wanted to take before he went into surgery. He they removed part of his jawbone. So now he's recovering. So mom gave me an update. He was up trying to text because he can't talk. It's pretty scary to see yourself. You go in surgery one way, you come out another way. Basically, trigger warning to some with like partial of your face, missing. And of course, he's yes, this is the same. This is Razaiah Clark. This is the young man I'm advocating for, at this time. There's not been a lot of donations, given or whatever. And like I said, people can give if they want to. I'm not sharing his GoFundMe here because GoFundMe has a whole system going on Right now, his mother is in need because she's paying for a rental car. She went home last night purposely to let him rest because he was in and out of, grogginess from the anesthesia, trying to text her. Of course, he is, a little scared. And he, he even, he wanted to, speak with me before he went into surgery, but I wanted him to focus on, getting better. He wanted to tell me something based on something that I did, and it's not. I told his mom, tell him I'm already. I'm stuck. We're stuck like Chuck. He doesn't need to. He has bigger things to worry about. And so, and I see for him on the other side. I believe his testimony is going to be so big, and he's destined for greatness. He is such a lovely young man, and I do have one son, and I do consider him like my second son. So, like I said, I did start a merch. He put a fire under me to start, a merch shop. I do have a merch shop, and the majority of the proceeds from that merch shop will be donated to families caring for cancer patients. I'm a triple negative breast cancer survivor, but it does not have to be breast cancer. He's suffering from osteosarcoma. So, with that being said, this is just a call to action for people that say, oh, this is community, we're community, we do what we need to do for the community, we help out in the community. Well, in this case, help this family out, please. It breaks my heart to to sometimes to you can feel, and I can hear his mother's pain through the phone. She's never dealt with anything like this before, but she's doing a dang on good job about it and being an advocate for him. And I'm not glad that she does not have a job because of this. I'm not glad because her car broke down, but I am glad that she is there advocating for him because they would have given him a surgery that he didn't need at one point when he went to the emergency room. When he was home. Now he gets treated at a children's hospital 2.5 hours away from where they live. But this particular night, he got ill. She rushed him to the emergency room, and they were trying to give him a surgery that he did not need. And thank goodness for the doctors at the children's hospital. And even after that, they were still trying to admit him. I'm not understanding. Like, and I told us, I'm not understanding. Tell them no, you don't want him admitted here. You want him to get a second opinion with his doctors about what's going on with him. It was simply he had an infection because chemotherapy kills all the cells in your body, including the cells that fight um, illnesses, which is your white blood cells. This is why cancer patients get a shot. I had Neulasta. I believe he's taking the same thing, but it's helpful but brutal because your bone marrow is working overtime to make those white blood count cells that the chemotherapy just kills, because you have your white blood count has to be a certain number before you can even get your next round of treatment. But the shot makes your bones ache for days. I've never thought that I would feel my bones aching, but this is not about me. I don't want to take away. This is about Razaiah Clark. I'm just inserting. I know that pain because I've been there, and so I made a video about this. 11,000 people watched the video. It was not for views and clicks. There was no promotion for me in that video, nothing in the video about Survivor Speaks. It was all about Razaiah Clark. all about Razaiah Clark, and people love to watch and click, and people love to say what they're gonna do, and they don't do anything. And excuse me if I'm coming off like I'm a little angry, but I am. I am. And I've been, having this anger about the situation, but you can't tell people how to spend their money. And I get that, and I do understand that. Even if you don't have anything to give, $1, 50 cents, whatever, just share it. Share it so to someone else that may be able to see this and may be able to do something for, this family, for Mr. Clark, to make sure. He depends on his mother a lot. We do. Thank you for that, Melanie Jones. We do appreciate all of the support if you can give any. But right now, the need is she simply needs to have enough money to pay for the remainder of the rental car. Now, the insurance company should be providing transportation, but they like to wait till the last minute to do so, or someone they couldn't find anybody to transport him. What type of nonsense is that? So as a mother, I would be doing the same thing that she's doing. I'm going to rent a car, and I'm going to get my son to where he needs to be. I need to have transportation just in case he needs to be rushed to the emergency room. And she doesn't always get in the ambulance. She gets in a car and follows it because, of course, she needs to be sure she's able to, get around. And if they need to transport him somewhere else, she needs to be able to get around so that when they do release him for the amount of time that they do, she can get him home, because the insurance company is not doing what they're supposed to do. That's another reason why I'm angry. Yeah, because this is not a joke. This is somebody's life. This is somebody's life. And this is what we do. And there are groups out there for breast cancer, osteosarcoma, prostate cancer, all types of groups out there that have all types of government funding. We're out of funds. Everybody's out of funds when it comes to everything. We're out of funds. These nonprofit organizations that benefit from being a nonprofit organization, and because you said that you do provide care and you do give to patients that are fighting breast cancer, unfortunately, where is the money going? We do know that you do keep a proceeds of that money for yourself, but what are you doing for some of these cancer patients that actually have osteosarcoma, and you are someone that has a osteosarcoma nonprofit, and you're getting money to help families? What are you doing with the money at this point? I remember my fight with breast cancer. And it's something that you're not expecting somebody to say. Oh, you have cancer. Especially in my case, and you just had a baby 5 months ago. My daughter was 5 months old. Oh, you have cancer. Okay. You start calling these places, or your family starts calling these places, we're out of funds. It's the first thing they tell you, like they just don't even care. So what are you doing with the money? There was one organization that actually has a whole cancer house, and what they do is it's called Sisters, and it's escaping me right now. It's called Sisters of something. I forget. I don't want to mess up their business name. And it's in New Jersey, and they have a beautiful home. And what they do is they take cancer patients and bring them into that space for a day, and they love on you and pamper you Oh, Mel, I did not know that. I'm glad to hear that, but I do know I did hear. He's on the other side. Am I correct? Um, yeah. So I do hear. I'm glad that he did survive that. And I know that it's something. But yeah, they do have a house where they do bring breast cancer patients and basically, pamper them for a day or so. They will, provide transportation. They're connected with the churches in New Jersey, and they try, but they do this, on a voluntary basis to people that actually donate their time at the, this house that they have. And so it's like women in the church. Okay, so and so doesn't have transportation, but they have chemo this weekend. This week. Are you available to give them a ride? And they do. And I do know of another breast cancer charity. She's Eight Angels, and she's a breast cancer charity though. She does a lot for the community. For a while, she was doing it all out of her pocket. She does a beautiful calendar every year for breast cancer survivors, and because she's a breast cancer survivor herself, she does great work. She does this. And so, I was in talk with someone about, starting a nonprofit myself. And I never looked into it, but it just might just be the time. Right, Mel. I totally got that. So just in case anybody else is watching the video, she's making a clarification. He didn't succumb to that. Um, so there's hope. He did beat throat cancer though, and that's awesome. And so, yeah, I didn't even mean to be here this long. It was just a call to action. I'm just asking anybody, if you can, please donate to Mr. Clark. Please share this video. Um, and that is the update on him. Like I said, he has a long journey ahead of him. He's going to start, with chemo treatments again. And then after they're done with the chemo treatments, there we don't know how many chemo treatments he's going to be um, going through. After they removed, of course, they have to test to see, if the cancer is there. Did they still find anything? They want to make sure that they got all of everything. Um, and then go he'll get more treatments, and then he'll go and he'll have another surgery. They're going to take the bone out of his leg to reconstruct his jaw. So, like I stated, if you have it on your heart, or if you have it just to drop $5, $2, I don't care what it is, it's going to help this mom pay for the rental car so that she can help her son out. She's even, and this really bothers me. So, her mother has a car with insurance, but it's not the greatest, and she can't. Her mother takes care of her daughter while she's with her son. She has to get around, and her car is not the best, but sometimes Razaiah's mother takes her mother's car and tries to DoorDash, but she doesn't have enough hours to DoorDash. Like, she was going to try to get a job. I'm like, how can you? He's in and out of the hospital unexpectedly. It's not, it's not a realistic situation. And if you have ever had the chance to speak to someone that's caring for somebody with cancer or any other illness, it is draining. His mom sounds so drained and overwhelmed because she has been constantly running. It's not like she's somebody that's just begging for a cash app and I just don't want to work. No, that's not it. But it seems like we will only give to those people. But in a real situation, we stand down. We don't help. We want to like the video, put all everything that we want to say under the video, what we can, shoulda, woulda, coulda did. But we didn't do it. And that's the point. And right now, while we're on YouTube arguing over frivolous things that really shouldn't matter, we have a family in need, one of our own. One of our own in this sector. So, like I said, if you have it on your heart, his Cash App is $R-Clock8282. If you don't have it, that's fine. Just please share. Anywhere you want to share it, share it. And with that, I'm gonna say thank you for Melanie Jones. Said so. My moderator, I did not know I was coming live. I did not know I was coming live until I got up this morning and got the update. And normally when she updates me, she never says, "Oh yeah, and we need." Never. But today she said, "Yeah, I have the rental car and I need to, she just doesn't have the money to pay for the rental car for the for the time that she needs it." I know somebody on here was trying to help her to get her car because, like I said, a car conked out a while ago, but things happen. So we'll just see. I don't see a dime of anything that is being sent to them. She normally will tell me, or he'll tell me, whether or not they received something. And to be honest with you, they've received like really no assistance. There are a couple people that help here and there when they can, but they have bills of their own. And so what I choose to do, as I stated, I don't need to broadcast what I'm doing, financially or whatever. I'm his advocate. I'm his voice. That's all I'll broadcast. I will not broadcast if I'm donating anything, because I just don't. That's not important as to what I'm doing. But what I can say is I do have the merch shop, and that the majority of the proceeds is going to be going to families like this one. But of course, this will be the first family. If any merch is sold and I do get a proceeds from anything, this will be the first family that I will be helping with those donations. Well, for right now, I do what I can do because that's what I do from my heart. And I just don't need to broadcast it each and every time. And it's not asked of me. I just do what I do. And that's just that. And that's just me. I work from home. I don't need to get my nails done. I don't need to get this. I don't need to get that. Yeah, because I have like other things that I would like to do with my money, like to help people that are in need. In this case, in this situation. But that's just me. Everybody doesn't have to be me. But right now I am making a public plea, and this is a call to action. And if you have it on your heart to give, just give. And I know I sound like a broken freaking record, but yeah, I'm a little upset this morning, and I'm just trying to drive the point home. If you don't have it, just share the video. Mel, thank you for always being here anytime, without even knowing, without even asking. I appreciate you greatly. You know, you're my sister from another mister, and that's just that. That's the way that goes. She rocks with me, I rocks with her, and she's always here. Um, and I'm forever grateful for that, and I am forever grateful for us meeting each other and getting to know each other, and forming our own bond outside of what everybody else thinks. And that's just that, and that's the way that goes. And once again, like, I'm here early in the morning, and she's right here. And so, and that I didn't ask her because I didn't know I was going live, but I am supposed to be working. Um, so I'm going to get back to that. But I am just making a public plea. I will be sharing this to my community wall. Anyone else can share this video, donate accordingly. Mel will be sharing the videos, probably already shared, because Mel she be on top of things. Um, and so, yeah, I'm just asking you for that. That's all. That's all. I'm asking. I have enough. I have followers. I'm just asking for that. That's it. And I don't like asking anybody for anything. I will lose everything for myself before I ask anybody for anything. That's just how I'm wired. But in cases like these, like, sometimes you just gotta speak up. Like, this family needs us. And on that note, I'm going to go. I'm probably going to go on Instagram Live because I'm not streaming the Instagram Live because it lags. So normally when I'm streaming right now to YouTube and Facebook. I'll probably wait just a minute. I got to go ahead and do a little work, and and then I probably will go on Instagram Live and just ask the people over there. There is a closed group over there, and they have people that do try and share about Razaiah, but I'm gonna go live and just say what I want to say and what I want to say, because I'm the advocate and the voice for Razaiah Clark. And today, Razaiah Clark and his mother, they need us. His mother is in shambles right about now, not because she needs the money. It's because to see her son come out of surgery with half his face gone is pretty. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. I don't know how I would react. I've had an emergency with my daughter at 3 years old, and I freaking lost it. So, yeah. Thank you for listening. And if you have on your heart, just go ahead and donate to Mr. Clark. So, and I'll see you guys later in another video. In these YouTube streets, wherever, Instagram, I'm over here sometimes. Facebook, anything I put on Instagram just goes to Facebook, so I'm not over there regularly. I go over there. It's foreign to me. I really don't know how to even work anything over there. I just know I got everything connected, and everything just goes everywhere. So, but I do love you guys on Facebook. I love you guys on Facebook. That's it. And I'm out of here. Mel, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to end the stream, and I'll talk to you, of course, uh, later. And I was gonna say it, but I just can't stop the show before I say. Make sure you're getting your mammograms and fill up on your boobies to make sure that you are all right. All right. Don't you let anyone come into your home and just disturb the peace that passes all understanding. And Survivor Speaks. And I'll see you in another video or live or whatever. Thank you for watching and thank you for your donations and support in advance.